welcome to the show. Well, the 2024 Olympics are underway in Paris. So we thought we'd look at the news surrounding the opening ceremony and what's been going on there. So let's dive right in. Conservatives are in uproar over Olympics opening ceremony scene they say mocks the Last Supper. The Paris Olympics opening ceremony, held not in a stadium but along the River Seine in the middle of a summer downpour, was both an audacious, awe-inspiring spectacle and a sloppy, rain-soaked fiasco, full of dazzling highs, Celine Dion on the Eiffel Tower, and avoidable missteps, the out-of-sync can-can dancers who barely lifted their legs because they were so afraid of plummeting into the Seine. Whatever one's cultural or political perspective, there was plenty to quibble with in the event, and especially its coverage on NBC, whether it was the decapitated Marie Antoinette, the book nerd threesome, the foggy camera lenses, or the glaring lack of context or insights from the network's commentators. But conservatives in the United States and elsewhere are upset over a portion of the ceremony that wasn't even broadcast in its entirety on NBC. A segment called Festivity, the 8th of 12 scenes celebrating aspects of French culture and history, paid tribute to French fashion with an inclusive runway show and party on a footbridge over the Seine, featuring drag queens and a transgender model. At one point in the sequence, several performers posed at the side of the runway, which doubled as a long dining table, in an artfully composed tableau that reminded some viewers of Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, the Renaissance masterpiece depicting Jesus Christ and the Apostles. Later, in a portion of the sequence that did not air on NBC but was widely shared on social media, French entertainer Philippe Catherine appeared as Dionysus, the Greek god of winemaking, nearly naked, painted blue, and singing on a giant platter of fruit. The scene sparked outrage from numerous conservative figures in the United States. On X, formerly Twitter, House Speaker Mike Johnson said it was insulting to Christian people around the world. The war on our faith and traditional values knows no bounds today, but we know that truth and virtue will always prevail. Never one to let a culture war skirmish past her by. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia also weighed in, denouncing the ceremony as anti-Christian and satanic, trans, and occult. Even Full House star Candace Cameron Bure gave her 2 cents and then some on Instagram. To see the opening ceremony completely blaspheme and mock the Christian faith with their interpretation of the Last Supper was disgusting, she said in a video. Donald Trump Jr. also lamented the woke Olympics. A group of Catholic French bishops also joined the chorus of criticism, saying the ceremony included scenes of derision and mockery of Christianity, which we deeply deplore. Organizers of the event have apologized for any offense the scene may have caused. There was clearly never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group, said Paris 2024 spokesperson Anne Descamps at a news conference Sunday. On the contrary, I think we tried to celebrate community tolerance. We believe this ambition was achieved. According to a post on X from the official Olympics account, the interpretation of the Greek god Dionysus makes us aware of the absurdity of violence between human beings. The performers involved in the controversial scene are not apologizing, however. Barbara Butch, a DJ and producer who has appeared on Drag Race in France and was featured at the center of the tableau, wearing a halo-like headpiece, said in an Instagram post that, "I've never been ashamed of who I am, and I take responsibility for everything, including my artistic choices." In a statement from her lawyer, Butch said she had been threatened with death, torture, and rape, and been the target of anti-Semitic, homophobic, sexist, and grossophobic insults, and was filing complaints against her detractors. Thomas Jolly, the artistic director of the opening ceremony, has denied that the Last Supper inspired the tableau or that he intended to belittle anyone's beliefs. The idea was to create a big pagan party. You will never find in me or in my work any desire of mocking anyone, he said in an interview with the French broadcast network BFM TV. Joly did not elaborate about his inspiration, but some art experts see more similarities with paintings like The Feast of the Gods by Jan van Bijlert. A conservative outrage also fails to make a distinction between a work of art painted more than 1,400 years after Jesus' crucifixion, one that is celebrated as much for its brilliant composition and use of perspective as for its religious message, and the New Testament accounts of the final meal Jesus shared with his apostles. And it conveniently overlooks that this mural was created by Da Vinci, a man who many scholars believe was in all likelihood gay or bisexual, and who is believed to have used his longtime lover as a model for his portrait of Saint John the Baptist. As the controversy over naked blue men and French pagans rages on, many of us in America can only wonder, hey, why didn't we get to see the whole thing? That's it for this episode. Thanks for stopping by. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Also head over to buymeacoffee.com/SamsonKing to make a small donation and support the channel. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.